This is the fireplace. Now, it's one of many fireplaces in this house that heats the house, but today it's pulling double duty. You see, I took one look at this thing and I was like, mini pizza oven? Maybe. Now, it's just a chute that goes straight through, and then there's a chimney that sort of ramps its way up to the top of the second story. But I was thinking if I could get something small enough to stick in there, I could make a little pizza. I think it's best to show you, or draw for you, how this is going to be structured. So the fireplace is as follows. So you have the entrance here, through like this, and then around the back. So that way is to the chimney. The plan is to do a small pile of wood here, a bigger pile of wood back here. So another big pile, double layered. I will light the fire here. As this one burns, the fire gets dragged up the chimney. So we end up with that catching fire by proxy. And so once this becomes coals, this will catch fire. So we end up with a heat barrier here and fresh heat there, cooking the pizza from both sides, and the pizza will sit right here. That's the plan, at least. The other issue is going to be getting that pizza back out without burning my hand. Before any of that happens, we have to make the pizza dough. So let's do some cooking. Now you may notice that it's quite a small hole I'm trying to make a pizza in. It's just under 20 centimeters, so I've had to buy something to accommodate it. This is a crepe pan, high carbon steel. I think this will do the trick. I have to tilt it slightly because it's actually 20 centimeters, but it shouldn't make a difference. But so long as this gets nice and hot, this should be okay. But first we've got to light the fire. So the question is, how does a chimney actually work? Well, quite simply, the fire creates hot gases. They're not very dense, and so they rise very, very fast. But something has to take its place, which means the air around us gets sucked in to help fuel the fire, making more heat, more burning. Now, interestingly, with this, if I close that, the fire starts raging. Now, I think what's happening here is the air is being sucked in through a smaller gap than when it's open. And I think it actually makes the air flow in faster, which increases the vacuum, which may increase the heat. So if I leave this closed, I'm going to burn through the front pile and then eventually hit the back pile. And when the back pile ignites, it's when this will be finished on coals, and I'll be ready to put my first pizza in. Fingers crossed. But for now, burn, baby. Now, I'm not one to go sort of like up shit creek without any sort of plan on what to do if I don't have a paddle, so I just did like a really basic one. Bit of a margarita, so I got tomato sauce down, got some mozzarella down as well, and then stoke the coals, rearrange them a little bit, get it ready for the pizza, and with a little tilt, in it goes right as rain, and look at it bubbling away, fluffing up, looking fantastic. So I went down with a bit of basil, and let's just appreciate. Safe to say, my colds were fairly stoked by that effort, so I went in again, but this time a little bit more brazen. I'm going to see how long I can keep it in there. And yeah, 3 minutes is the absolute max. As you can see, I absolutely nuked this one, but no food waste around here. It went down my gullet anyway. Now I was sufficiently inspired. Got some blue cheese, in it went. Holy moly, the smell coming out of that pizza oven was just, no, sorry, not a pizza oven, fireplace was just radical. Fluffy crust, crispy bottom, little bit of jamon on the top and some basil. Oh my gosh, I was a pig in shit. So the rate of production on these isn't great. There's not a huge amount of room in there, but they're looking pretty good. I usually like a bit more char on top, which is what I think you'd usually get from a normal pizza oven. It's got more sort of, you know, circulating heat to help get that done. But this is coming out pretty good for heating the house and also giving us a meal. So far my favorite combination has been the blue cheese, jamon, mozzarella, but we've got one coming up that's going to be the buratta. It's going to look a bit ridiculous, I think, because it's a fairly big blob of buratta. But I'm going to have to make the dough slightly bigger, get it up around the edges. But this is good for a little snack, even a little party trick, if you've got a fireplace in the house. You just got to be careful where you place the wood. But this has been fun. It's come out alright, eh? That is unbelievably decadent. Crispy crust, a little bit of chew, and buratta is just amazing. That fireplace is done really well. That crunch, it's the sound of the kilograms making their way to my ass, but my goodness. That is beautiful. I want to try one more with grapes. We've got grapes from outside and maybe some blue cheese, just for shits and giggles.